Everyone, welcome back to part 2, and this is about the structure and the details about each part of the bacteria. So, let's start with the introduction to bacteria. What are bacteria? So, the first word that we can describe a bacteria is that it is a prokaryote. I'm sure you have heard of the term prokaryote in your biology classes, but if you had to define it in simple terms, we know that pro means pre life and karyo means nucleus. So, before maturation, this is the stage of nucleus. So, we can also say that bacteria lack a well defined nucleus, right? So it does not contain a well defined nucleus because in the structure you would have seen it was like this, but generally there's a nuclear membrane with the chromosomal thread, or it could even look like this with the chromosome itself. So yeah, so the first word is prokaryote. Next is that they lack membrane bound organelles. Lack membrane bound organelles. So, membrane bound is within the cell membrane. There are certain structures, and these structures are known as organelles, which help in the functioning or normal or regular functioning of the organism. In this case, it is the normal functioning of the bacteria. Like we have for our animal cell, we have mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, smooth, rough. Then we have Golgi apparatus, things like that. And organelles here were mesosome, and we had the nucleus. Mesosome. Oh, these are not membrane bound organelles. These are just like tiny structures. These are not really membrane bound organelles because they would have membrane around it, and then all these things would be there. Like how in the animal cell we would have the chromosome inside the nuclear membrane. It is not like that for this bacteria. And then last is unicellular, the last term to define a bacteria or bacterium. Unicellular. So uni means one, cellular is cell, so single celled organism. So bacteria are prokaryotes which lack membrane bound organelles, and these are usually single celled organisms. So this is how you can start your general answer. Then we have external. I'll write that in a different color. External structures. I will write it in short forms. So external structures, we have structures outside cell wall. So these are all the structures which are present outside the cell wall. So coming back to the structure, we have pili and flagella as well as the capsule, which are and the mesosome, which are outside the cell wall. If you look at the previous video, which I will link in the description. So yeah, so first structure that we are going to talk about is flagella. Right? So flagella are long hair-like filamentous structures which project out of the cell wall, outside the cell wall. So the length is 4 to 5 meters, and its length, and its diameter is 0.01 to 0.03 meters. This is diameter. So basically the main function of a flagella is to contribute to motility of the bacteria. So now talking about the structure of the flagella. There are 3 parts. So structure, there are 3 parts. There is a hook, filament, and a basal body. So structure of the flagella, yes. So here, this part we have the hook, then moving on to the filament, and then we have the basal body at the base, which is basically the basal body. Okay, so now that I've shown you the structure, we can go back and learn the proper parts. So first we have filament. So it is a thread-like part. So we can just write the same thing. The thread-like part which projects outside the cell wall. Basically that. Thread-like part extending outside the cell wall. It is made of flagellin protein. Hook. So the second part is hook. So hooks are short curved structures which join the filament with the basal body. So we saw this kind of thing. This part is the filament, then we have the hook. Hook. So it's kind of like a hooked structure, or like a basal body. This part is filament, and this part is the hook. So they are short curved structures joining filament with basal body. Yeah. Produce repulsion during moving of flagella. So like how aeroplanes have this kind of or like you can say fish, they have this kind of sharp pointy face so that it can move through the water really smoothly. So like that hook is able to push through the environment and then get past. Okay, so next, basal body. So they consist of sets of rings, consist of sets of rings, and these are embedded in the cell wall and the plasma membrane. So they are inside the cell wall. So let's say this is the bacteria. So this basal body is present inside, so it's like that, right? Sets of rings embedded in the cell wall, inside cell wall. So 3 pairs of rings, right? 3 pairs of rings, 2 pairs are gram positive, and one is gram negative. So basically basal body helps in the synthesis of polymers of the flagella, and they also help to regulate the flagella movements, Okay, so that's all for the parts of the flagella. Now coming to its functions, right? Let's pick another color. Yeah, let's just pick that. Function. So yeah, function, as we spoke about earlier, it is motility, and then we have aids in chemotaxis. So what is chemotaxis? So chemotaxis is basically the movement of the organism or the motile cell. Motile is basically the ability of the cell to move instead of being it in a fixed area. So it is the movement of a motile cell or an organism to move in the direction of the gradient. Like how we have learnt about osmosis in our lower classes, movement of particles from higher to lower region, or higher to lower concentration, I would say, in the direction of the gradient, right? So this is so that it can reduce or increase the concentration of particular substances that are moving in that particular region. So yeah, if you have any doubts regarding whatever I've taught until now, you can always comment. You can always write down in the comment box so that I can help you understand this topic better. And the last function is it helps in bacterial pathogenicity. Bacterial pathogenicity. So what do you understand from the term pathogenicity? It is basically the ability of the bacteria to harm a particular organism, and it helps with its survival. So that's basically it for flagella. I hope you are able to understand. If you didn't understand like some parts, you can always go through the video again, and if you still have doubts, please do write down in the comment section so that I can obviously help you with your doubts. Yeah, that's about it. Please do subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye, and hope you understood whatever I've said in this video. So thanks. Bye.